Good day and welcome back to another 2-minute faith-based news segment here on Bible Floss. So popular Christian musician Michael Gungor has had 3 concerts canceled with possibly more cancellations on the horizon due to an article by World Magazine that has gone viral. The article is titled "Gungor Drifts from Biblical Orthodoxy" and it centers around 2 ideas of Gungor that the author Jeff Koch considers unorthodox. The first is that Gungor rejects a literal interpretation of Genesis 1 to 11. It cites an article Gungor wrote titled "What Do We Believe?" in which he says, in reference to Genesis 1 to 11, "I have no more ability to believe these things than I do to believe in Santa Claus." The second idea Jeff considers unorthodox is that in a recent EP album, Gungor includes a song titled "God Our Mother." This has resulted, as I already said, in 3 concert cancellations with possibly more on the horizon. As Gungor put it in a recent Facebook status update, quote, "We have now had 3 concerts canceled on us for agreeing with C.S. Lewis rather than Ken Ham about Genesis chapter 1 to 11. So that's the controversy at a glance. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to offer my opinion on this particular controversy. See, I grew up in the same culture as Gungor, where I was taught that a literal young earth interpretation of Genesis was simply biblical orthodoxy. Today I know that while this view has been popular among lay Christians and many clergy over the past 150 years, it is not the historic Christian position on Genesis 1 to 11. In fact, before the Renaissance, Christianity had no position at all on the age of the earth, and many of the church fathers interpreted Genesis 1 to 11 allegorically. Even St. Augustine, who's perhaps the most influential of all the church fathers, held to a view of Genesis 1 that is very similar to Darwinian evolution. And while a young earth, a literal view, may be popular among lay and clergy evangelicals today, a good deal of the top evangelical scholars today, scientists and theologians, reject that view. So while Gungor's view might not be popular among a lot of evangelicals, I don't see how anybody with a little bit of information and the ability to reason could say that Gungor's view is unorthodox. But what about his song titled "God Our Mother"? Well, I admit that one makes me a bit more uncomfortable, mostly because the scriptures consistently use masculine pronouns to refer to God, and Jesus prayed to God our Father. But the scriptures also use motherly metaphors to refer to God as well. For example, quote, "As a mother comforts her child, I will comfort you," it says in Isaiah 66. Or, "How often I have desired to gather your children together as a hen gathers her brood under her wings," says Jesus. Or how about God's name, El Shaddai? Often translated as God Almighty, Shaddai comes from the root word breast. El Shaddai, if translated literally, means the many-breasted one. In other words, just as a mother provides for her infants by nursing them, God Almighty provides and sustains for you and I. So while the terminology of God our Mother is not in the Bible, the concept clearly is. So should we penalize someone like Gungor for using unbiblical terminology to convey a truly biblical concept? Certainly Gungor's phrase is not customary or traditional, but does that mean he stepped outside of biblical orthodoxy, even if he was communicating biblical truth? So what do you think? Do you believe Gungor strayed from biblical orthodoxy, or do you agree with me? And do you believe that it's reasonable for these churches to cancel his concerts on him over this? I want to know what you think, so leave me a comment in the comment sections below, like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I will see you next time.